So you say that when you're using alcohol as a stress reliever, that's also a sign.
Yeah, so listen, alcohol is a drug, right? Alcohol is actually, in the short term, an anxiolytic, right? It's almost like taking a sedative. So if you feel anxious, you tend to drink and it makes you feel better. But the irony there is that it really only makes you feel better for a very short time period and then tends to make you feel worse down the line with increased anxiety and depression. So if you find that you're pouring yourself a drink because you feel so anxious or so depressed that you need that drink, that's a warning sign.
And this next one is important also. You say if you find yourself drinking on the job, even if you work from home, that's a problem too.
Right. So before the coronavirus, we were all working from 9 to 5, right? We had a set schedule, and happy hour was what? I don't know, 5 to 6, and we would wait, and then we would go have a drink maybe socially. But now we're home, and there's not a whole lot of structure, so it's a lot easier to have drinks while you're on those Zoom conference calls, right? So if you find yourself drinking while engaging in work activities, probably a pretty significant warning sign. So pay attention to that.
Absolutely. And you know what? Drinking because you're bored, that's a sign also.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. It's almost like self-medication, just like medicating for anxiety. If you're bored and you're going to alcohol because sobriety to you is boring, that's a sign that you're using alcohol for something. And that's just asking for trouble. But here's my point. If you can say to yourself, you know, I'm bored, so I'm going to have a drink, I think it's important to think about other things that you can do, because there's so many amazing things that we can do now if you're bored, right? Think about, instead of having a happy hour online, what about an exercise class online? What about a hobby class on? Yeah, what about a cool hobby that you want to learn? Let me tell you something. I play guitar. I go on YouTube and I learn all kinds of great stuff on my guitar. You know, what about a cooking class online, or getting together with your friends online for cooking class? It doesn't have to be getting online with a Cosmo in your hand, right? It can be a lot of other stuff. So if you're drinking because you're bored, just think about some other things that you might enjoy being social. And remember, the whole point of this is to maintain social interaction, right? I have this saying, it's not social distancing, it's physical distancing, right? We have to maintain social connection. But there are a lot of other ways to maintain social connection without alcohol.
Totally agree. Thank you, Dr. Sportelli, for such great information, huh?
You're very welcome.